I don't know if you can see it. There's a little froggy right there. It's tiny. Of course, next to my super trailer. We're doing our last run here. Checking things out before going to bed. Dukes. Looks good. Looks like he was supposed to be in the coop, but maybe he got kicked out. I don't know. Everything looks good here. Night night, girls. And I don't know if we named that rooster. This is all very simple, right? To keep things clean. But it's a lot of effort by let's see, who was it today? Man, my mind is blank. Anyway, there's a lot of effort put into, as you saw, that barn was clean. These things are ready to go for tomorrow to give the horses grain. Takes a lot of effort. I think Bailey was the one doing it today because a couple of our guys got sick, so they're not here. So kudos to Bailey and everybody else that helped. I think Sarah was here, Evan, and Amber. So operations kept normal because of them. There's Dino. That's why Dino is having dinner, because someone was watching over him. It's a lot of effort. We have good help, good friends. Well, that's what I like to think. Not very good at making friends, I'll admit. I'm working on it. How am I working on it, you would say? You would ask? Huh? Working on patience. Not everyone is as fast on the draw as some other people are. So, gotta give them the opportunity to show their true colors, so to speak. On the other hand, working on my 2 compressors, well, 3. This thing, man, my brain is toast. But As you can see, this thing that goes around the belt is toasted. So I'm gonna change that. I put a new filter here. It might be leaking a little bit of oil, so I might take it apart and fix this pump. The motor looks good. I have another one over there. I've been buying all this machinery cheap because they're quieter. They work better than the new ones in some ways. They're not as maneuverable, but then again, I'm not doing any more big jobs. Well, at least that's what I think so far. Outside the ranch. So once I set them up here in the shop, they'll be set up for life. I won't be moving them. It's just air. Right now I'm relying on this guy here at DeWalt. It's done good. It's noisy as fuck, but you know, whatever. This one is my favorite. It's so light. It is a little bit noisy, but it's so light that it has done so well for me. And you can put your two little pin nailers or whatever, staplers, whatever you have going on the sides, so it's easy to carry stuff. This, I think someone found it on the road and brought it back in. Another orphan, but it'll do. This one I got for another deal. So, yeah. That one was from an old man over in Napa. He lived in Napa. He was a pilot. He was some kind of big shot in his day. And, well, he passed away a couple of years ago. So his family put this thing with this hand blaster, this thing, for sale. So I bought it and some guns, spray guns, spray paint. So haven't really put it to the test too much because I wanna, you know what? I might have told the story on their own compressor. That's the one from the pilot. So my bad on that. This one is from another old man who used to do the same, used to paint and all that too. But that was here in Petaluma. Anyway, there's good history behind all these old tools. Just don't, never met the old guys that own them. This one, the old guy died a couple of years ago. So on and so forth. But, in some way, they'll live on. This was another old guy's tools. I'll put them to work. This one came from an old Marine. Way out there in the boonies, he lived. You know, this was an interesting story because I think I went up there for a rototiller, and we went to a shop, and the shop was big, like this. It was basically a barn, right? So, well, the kid that showed up, which was in his probably mid-50s, this was years ago. I had this for what? At least 7, 8 years, maybe more. So went out there. I don't even remember what the name of the place is, but it's in the forest out there in Mendocino, I think. Might have been close to Humboldt. But it was in the middle of nowhere. So the kid shows up because obviously I got there early, and he starts just junking everything. I mean, just literally throwing. It's just like saying, here's a trailer and taking all this junk and putting it in the trailer, or I think it was a truck that he had, and just started junking stuff. He was just selling what was being sold real quick, and he was really pissed off that the old man had died. It was really weird to see it. I know this looks like junk, but it's valuable to me anyway. And it was valuable to someone else at one point. So the point, there was no point. I guess my story is that the old dude, the son of this old Marine, is just throwing shit away. And so I bought that one. I think I bought it for him. And I saved all their pieces. I think they're still at my other place. And yeah, it's really sad to see that. There's no, yeah, it's some very strong feelings about his dad. I get it. But to act with such disregard for the tools that probably fed him, because this guy had a shop, so he was fabricating things. He was doing things just like we do here. So it's really interesting to see that firsthand. Such animosity. Maybe the dad was a little too tough for him, or whatever the fuck. I mean, he never told me. Just listened to him rant about how he was the one taking care of getting rid of all this shit, which I can see it. It could be daunting. But, I don't know. I don't even have a picture of my grandfather, so what can I tell you? If I had one of his tools, I probably would be pretty thrilled. But not all of us see life the same way. There's no appreciation in some cases, or we don't have the means to show appreciation, or it's not the right time yet. Whatever the case. Yeah, I'm gonna go finish my rounds. I think Luther is somewhere. There's my truck. It's also an old man's truck. I'm gonna start working on it soon. I think I gotta smog it and all that. Can't remember. It's an 89. Might not have to. I actually think I do. Never mind. Let's not get too creative on that. I haven't seen my little fish. I wonder if they got eaten. Usually they would hang out here. There's a nest in that bush, so I don't want to disturb them. usually walk in the dark around here, but because I have wildlife coming through, I like to shine a light just so that when they see the light shining from afar, they can hopefully get the idea that I gotta move on. Oh, no. That little fellow got left out. Anyway. Okay. Guess it's time to crow. And I leave him there. He was limping around earlier. I saw him. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe he got displaced. Not sure. Or he got chased by whoever was putting the chickens away. I have no idea. Whatever the case, I'll leave him there. We're being pretty insistent on keeping the area here safe. I come out as much as I can. And so far, I haven't seen that raccoon again that was meandering around. Hopefully, he'll stay away. If not, then I guess we'll go to stage 2. The ducklings that are out there. So I got duckling, and there's the baby and the mom. Okay. And that's all she wrote. Enough for today, right? This gate, I leave it open just in case those wild ducklings gotta make a move quick. Never know. If I can't sleep, I'll come back later, but I'm gonna give it a good shot to sleep tonight. All right. Night night.